And the best and the greatest day to be alive is today. And welcome to the Wise Hour. I'm your host, Jay Melane, also known as Wise. Well, we be dropping 24 karat gold bars. Indeed. Family. I have a coach, an expert here who's going to help you unlock your power and realign with your true self. So I need y'all guys to get your notepads, pencils, papers, wherever their recording device is, because you want to take notes here because this is going to be life changing for you. But before we do that, I need your guys to subscribe, hit the like button, and definitely share. Hey, we are a community here, and more you push this out, like, subscribe, and comments, wherever, the algorithm will pick it up and send it out to more people. And that's what we want to do. We want more people to be getting the 24 karat gold bars of knowledge. So with that being said, family, I'm so thankful to have this guest here. So I'm not gonna hold you. We're gonna jump into the show right now. So let's go.
At the Wise Hour, we break through the night, bringing knowledge fire, so hold on tight. Every episode, a story to unfold. We're turning every minute into gold.
And this is the place where we be dropping 24 karat gold bars. Indeed. I got the amazing CC Banks here. I'm telling you right now, this woman is amazing. Met her in what we call in Nikki Sanders' organization, or I call organization or community, the Lions Behavior. And I tell you right now, everybody who come across CC, I tell you, is life changing. Everywhere she goes, she make a dynamic impact, not just for herself, for everybody who she connect with. So I had to have her on the Wise Hour because I know she's going to empower and inspire. So CC, what's up? What's going on with you?
How you doing, Wise? I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's good to see you. I love the scene, the setting right there. I'm feeling the vibes already. Come on now. Let everybody know who you are. Miss, they call you, well, Miss Day all day who be on the Wise Hour call you Miss CC. But hey, CC, let everybody know who you are and what you do.
So I'm CC Prophet Rose. Some people know me as CC Banks. That's like my community name. And what do? I help people walk home to the God of their heart. And that looks in a whole different ways of fashion. But really, it's about returning home to the truth of why God has put you here and letting go of all of the things that are handed to you that have nothing to do with your assignment from source. So that's what I help people do.
Come on now. 24 karat gold bars dropped indeed. And I love your approach of how you do that. Like you said, you help people to guide them into their true purpose. And this one of the thing about having this platform is actually connecting to people who help people to empower and inspire. That's what this show is all about, to empower and inspire. And understanding the purpose and how to realign and connect. Whole lot of people struggle right now. What is my purpose? What do I need to do? How do I find my true self? And it's amazing when you have people that's out here that had the gift and the talent to actually to guide and bring people in. So I'm not gonna. I already got a list of questions that I want to ask you. That's gonna be so. I know it's gonna be life changing to my listeners out here. So hey, we're gonna jump in right now. So CC, can you share your personal awakening moment that led you to help others to align with their true selves?
Okay, so my personal awakening journey is not just one specific thing. There were multiple instances throughout even childhood where I would seek what wasn't on the surface level. You know how little kids will spin in a circle, spin until they're dizzy and then look around. What they're doing is looking to alter their perception of the ordinary reality that is being handed to them. Wake up at this time, go to bed at this time, you eat this, you watch this on TV. And when we get here as children, we know that there is a divine reason that we've been placed. So there's been multiple unfoldings of discovering different layers of consciousness throughout my young adulthood. But that was really where things shifted, was when my aunt gave me a book that taught me that we are co-creators of the experience that we're having here, that this is not a stagnant walk. It was
Mhm.
written, and we have free will, so we get to dance within what was written and how we get to shift and create our own reality too. So, becoming a conscious co creator of my reality at a very young age, I learned how to manifest something in. So, the trick was okay, you think of one thing and you think of that thing. So, you'll see that thing, you'll call it into your reality. And I thought of such a random thing. And within 7 days, I saw that thing. Mine was
Wow.
a gentleman, a specific gentleman wearing a specific color suit. And my day 7 had happened. And I looked out of the window, sitting in my car, and they were putting up a billboard, and there was this specific man wearing that specific color suit. After that, I was hooked. I was like, wait a minute. We have the power of our mind that can shift what we experience outside in real time. It takes a second. It took 7 days for that order that I placed with the waiter to finally come to my table and me get to sit there and eat, right? But that was it. I was hooked. I was excited. And I was like, well, if we can do that with something little, what else can we do? God's given us so much power. What else can we do? And that's really where I fell in love with co-creating and then
Mm,
helping others to realize, one, you don't have to stay where you are, and two, you are creating the reality in which you're experiencing. If you don't like it, you have the power to shift it. Let's teach you how. And I fell in love
oh,
with that because I'm always the rock that people come to, the friend with the solid advice. And I finally learned, oh, hey, that's a skill set. And you can share, this is a gift, this is an offering that you've been anointed with to bring to people. So that's on my heart, and that's my journey of discovering consciousness and bringing it to others.
I love it. You say you are the rock. So you already realize in your internal self that hey, I got a purpose. I'm a rock. I'm a foundation that people can stand on and get advice from, and they know they can get great counsel from you. And like I said, oh, okay, since I know that, let me work on my skill set. Let me work on my talents and gifts so I can be able to help others with that. And we sometimes get confused. I'm sharing this with Chris. I'm sharing this with reason because a whole lot of people seek to make copies of other folks. They don't try to focus on what their true purpose is. They like, oh, I see that and I want to be that, instead of understand what their true value is and their true self. Like I said, you understood you was already a rock. And you understand that, you wasn't the air. You was the rock. You're the strong foundation. And that's right there, I believe, is a key point with you actually helping other people to realize their true self, understand the position they are. And I love the standpoint when you said, as you thought, 7 days later, this happened. It confirms something for you and it allows you to go further in it. It manifests for yourself. So I get it. So like you said, okay, if this really works, then I'm going to pursue it and I'll keep on going for it. And once you got, like you said, once you got exposed to it, you believe. And once you believe, you kept on doing it. I think it's
Yeah.
so amazing. So, oh, you want to add something else on that?
Oh no, I was just
All
agreeing. I
right.
was like,
All
yes.
right. Come on now. And I say you dropping 24 karat gold bars indeed. I'm taking it in. So let me drop this one right here real quick. What are some unconscious patterns you find most common that drain people energy without them realizing it?
Carrying other people's stuff, playing roles that are not necessarily for you to play, right? If you imagine the family unit as a show, when you're born, there's a role. You're being cast into that role. Are you the baby? Are you the good kid? Are you the bad kid? Are you the pretty one? Are you the smart one? Whatever position needs filling on the show of family, when we're born, we're cast into that role. Well, let it be 10, 15 years later. We've been typecast. We might not be that character anymore, but a lot of us hang on to the responsibility or the expectation of the role that we were assigned within the family unit. And that's
Mm,
completely different than what our creator has assigned for our individual walk. So going into the natal family um, can really scramble a lot of people's eggs. We get stuck carrying, I got to do this for my family, I got to do that for my family, and that's a major drain on energy, right? It's paying somebody else's cell phone bill, but with your own internal dollars.
ooh, come on now. 24 karat gold bars dropped indeed. And as you said that, it brought me back when some of the challenges I have, and people in my community knows the challenge I have. I did a what you call it, a digital book. its entire wear. And we working on hopefully having the print out this year. But in where I identified the thing is I was trying to live an example that my father left for me. And my father, when he left my life, he gave me and I shared this many times on the platform. When he left my life and I was 8 years old, and he was like, son, and I turned around and said, yes, dad. And he turned around before he left out the door. He said, take care of your mom. And then he walked out. So he added a responsibility on me that he did not teach me, he did not train me, but I had to say, okay, the position, the role I saw you doing, I didn't like that. I didn't like what you're doing, so I want to try to do something else. Oh, I love superheroes. I love cartoons. I love Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, and all that stuff like growing up. Justice League, what you want to call it. Let me apply those possible, them what I call positive things I saw to try to take care of that. So I came a superhero, and you call me and said trying to save the day, trying to
Mm-hmm.
save the day, even with the standpoint and that to that and that whole persona most of my life until it almost destroyed me, and I had to had to be reawakened again. I had to die to myself, and then I realized I have life. That's not my true purpose. My true purpose is use my voice, have forgiveness, and I think we're going to talk about that a little later too, and forgive myself from for what I did not know or whatever it is, and move forward. I see the alignment when you're talking about when you're talking about you taking on other people's energy. I took on that energy of my dad, then I took on the persona of being something that's not truly me. So I lived my life almost as a lie to a certain degree because I
Yeah.
wasn't my true self. So I understand it. And as I went through that, I only can imagine how many more people had gone through that. So a person like you who have the talent and also the skill set to help people to realign, to have them focus on their internal self, their true self, is such a blessing. So that what there was 24 karat gold bars.
Leaders don't wait for change, they create it. Champions don't walk alone, they stand together in faith in this great collaboration. This is your invitation to the Leaders Live Generously Prayer Breakfast of Champions, a gathering of visionaries, believers, and world changers. Where? I'm telling you, 32747 Grand Travis, August 30th, 2025 at 9:30 a.m. It will be a morning of revelation, restoration, and renewed strength. Isaiah 40:31 says, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They'll mount up with wings as eagles. You know it's your time to soar. I need you to come expecting divine encounters, prophetic impartation, kingdom connections that will shift your life forever. Don't miss this moment with destiny, because when leaders pray, heavens move. I want to see you there. Click now on the link. This is Dr. Prophet Anthony Shannon signing out. I'll see you in the place.
I want to ask a question right here real quick. You talked about something that actually I think it actually is a very key point to what I'm about to ask. So how does alignment for the assignment guide your work, and what does that phase means for someone feeling lost?
Well, alignment for the assignment is really, it's a three-part thing. So we can have an idea in our mind. Oh, I want to do this thing. And we can love the idea in our heart. Oh, all right, it feels good. Like I got love behind this, it feels good. But then our body, which is responsible, is stuck in a trauma in 1983 saying, it's not safe. And so you could think you want to do it all day long. You can love the idea all day long, but your body is frozen because there's a particular memory set that's still in the body. So think about when you're in another room and you hear a glass break. The first thing that happens is you weren't even in that room. But what happened? You cinched up, so that's in the muscle. You held your breath, so that's anchored in. And that's just off of an inanimate object, something that doesn't even matter. A glass broke in another room. Now think about if you're having a real trauma, when something really pops off, your heart rate is going, your breath gets shallow, you freeze, you might not even be able to speak. How many times have we been in a situation where you can't even articulate? You just and maybe even your vision goes blurry. So you've got all these physical things anchoring in that traumatic experience. So if you imagine what that little glass did, Imagine the magnitude of the weight that's being anchored in to the body. And we sit here and we think this is a good idea and we love the idea. And your body's like, nah, bro, I'm not safe. And that's the breakdown for a lot of people. There's the heart mind coherence is beautiful, but the body is still playing the old loop of the trauma, and it doesn't allow you to do what you love and think you really want to do because you're caught in yesterday's fear, yesterday's trauma. And so
Ooh.
what the alignment for the assignment is getting all three of those pillars into harmony with each other so that you can move the needle forward in what your assignment is. And sometimes we don't know the assignment, but when you get those three things in alignment, you can hear more clearly from God what your assignment is. And that's why I developed the align framework. So the A, becoming aware of what's going on in your world. How many of us have had an old subscription coming out of the bank account, $15 every month? And one day we checked the bank account, we're like, I don't even, Blockbuster closed. Why are they still charging me? And we weren't aware of it, but that was taking our money, our resource. Well, it's the same with our energetic resource. So getting aware of what's going on. The next step in that is the L, letting go. Like we talked about those family responsibilities or the role that you were cast into, letting go of what's no longer yours, people, places, things, ways of being that don't serve you now. So letting
Mm.
go. The I, after you've let go and you've gotten awareness of what you need to let go, the I is returning to inner knowledge, your intuition coming from inside, because those silent whispers are really the truth, but there's often too much noise around us to even ever hear them. And then when you hear those inner guidances, the G, grounded goals. Yes, you can conquer the world. And have you taken out the trash today? Let's start small, small, tangible things that we can ground into real time. And then you build on that momentum because you trust yourself again. And then the N, nourishment. What are we consuming with our eyes, our ears, our mouths, with our time? Because what you put in that plant is how that plant grows. If you put Pepsi Cola in a plant, it's not going to grow right. You know, we need to nourish our consciousness with things that feed us and fill us up from inside. So the align frameworks helps people to step into their own alignment so that if they know their assignment, they can move the needle forward. And if they don't know the assignment, it gives them the clarity to understand what it is.
Come on now. I got something to play for that. Yeah, Lego. That was definitely Lego. Straight fire right there. Come on now. I know y'all still writing. Y'all got your notepads. Don't mind. After the show, you can come back. Always catch the replay of this. You know what I'm saying? And definitely check out any links below. Cause right there. And make sure you hit the like button and throw some fires in the comments down there because that was true 24 karat gold bars and Flago fire, everything above. Indeed. Come on now. Come on now. That why I miss CC. That why I miss a day all day. Like, you know what? That CC, I tell you, you know how she is. You know the energy she give off. So I understand why, because you bring clarity to something, and you bring clarity. We as a people, we get so bogged down with, I call life, with
Mhm.
things and stuff. And like you said, if you hear you hear the broken glass in the one room, and you still, you tense up the munch mirror, you get stuck in the past. And in life, we keep on hearing the broken glass, even though
Yep.
and it might not be reality at the moment, but we still hear the broken glass, and it causes us to react, and we react, and maybe not in the right moment because we still remember the past, that past trauma, that past
Mhm.
situation. It's not looking forward, but it's actually keeping you in the stuck state that's actually in the past. And we had to work through that trauma of that broken glass moment and realize there's no broken glass no more. So, okay, let me move on because you got me. Come on, you got me started on that. We want
Wait,
to talk
I
about
know.
this. Okay.
I want to dovetail off what you said. What you said
Yeah.
was beautiful. How you said we're not able to move forward and look forward because we're still, working off the broken glass in the past. Think about a car. The windshield is much larger than the rear view mirror for a
Ooh.
reason,
Come
right?
on, man.
You need
Come
to
on.
be aware of what's behind you, but that can't be your focus. The focus needs to be that big screen. And a lot of us are running life just looking in the rear view mirror. That's why we are bumping into things that have nothing to do with us. So I wanted to, you made a beautiful point and I wanted to expand on that. So thank you.
Thank you. Coming back in there and dropping some more 24 karat gold boss. Indeed. I want to keep moving forward because this is very good and I'm getting excited. So we want to talk about some of these shifts, reclaiming power through energy and mindset. So and see, I know as you are a coach, so you do offer, you have an offer with that. So in the offer with that, you have is like you offer a what we call cellular level reset.
Mhm.
What does that look? Well, how does that look and feel like for someone that's in your first session?
For the first session, it's going to look and feel like your body, that nervous system, that glass that broke and you went like this,
Mm-hmm.
that's still in you. And it's not just about the glass. Like the glass didn't matter. These are stories that we're playing, things that we're feeling, maybe not even
Yeah.
consciously, but it is in the muscle memory. And that first session looks like a big exhale, shout out Mary, waiting to exhale, right? You get to exhale, your body feels for the first time that it actually has room to be okay, to come off guard, to set down that heavy bag that it's been carrying so it can feel itself again. Because that trauma, those traumas are trapped in the cellular memory within the DNA. I my work focuses on multiple different modalities, but there's neuroscience involved, there's quantum theory involved, and now they're showing with epigenetics that you can literally neuroplasticity, what you think, like elastic plasticity can change the body. So if your thoughts
Mm.
can change the body and our science is proving that, we got to be careful what we think. And we're often thinking here's some more neuroscience. Neuroscience shows that 90%, so 9 out of 10 thoughts that we think are recycled from yesterday. That doesn't look like a little rear view mirror. That looks like your whole life is the windshield of yesterday. So helping people to stop playing those old songs, because those old songs are just getting more of the same in today. And when people become aware of, I'm recycling 90% of the things I thought yesterday, no wonder my world is the same. And just getting that awareness and helping them to chisel off and let go of the things that they're carrying that are keeping them in yesterday.
Ooh, come on now, come on. You just remind me of something because when you said that, I thought of an old song. It's an old Toy and Braston song. Another sad love song. Every day, you know what I'm saying? So you repeating the old sad love song, you know what I'm saying? It was a beautiful ballad, but the meaning behind it, like say, yeah, watch me go in your ear gates, I get what go into you because if you have another sad love song repeating
Yet
on
another.
replay and
Hmm.
another, it can form you. But like you said, if you have the mind and you shift the mindset and shift, you know what? I can accomplish this. And you said it to yourself, I can accomplish this. I'm going to be this amazing business owner of this thing. I'm just using this as an example. And I really truly I believe this business thing could come. Then you'll set the pattern, you'll set the pace. It was a movie by Will Smith. It was a long time ago, and it was based off a
Mm,
real story.
hmm.
The Pursuit of Happiness. I think that
Yep.
was
Pursuit
the
of
Pursuit of
happiness.
Happiness.
Yep.
And even though with all the negative things that did happen, his mind was, I'm going to make it. I'm
Hmm.
going to make it. I'm going to sell these units. I'm going to be this best sell person there is. And with all Trump, but he kept a belief. He didn't keep on playing this sad love song. Now the sad love songs came in every now and then, but he didn't repeat them. What he did, he
Right.
used the motivation to keep on pushing forward because his why was his son. I want to make sure I keep my son. So he didn't focus on all the negativity, but he focused on what the prize was he wanted to give a better life for his son. So that was just an example, just came off the top of head. Thank you, CC, because I ain't seen that movie in ages. But I ain't even thinking about that song in ages either. But you brought things to light and how we are exposed to things and how things can be in our memory and how we can use things as just motivations, mindset to move forward. I'd love you to actually expand on that a little bit more, especially talking with the quantum stuff, with the standpoint of how the mindset is set, because it's science to actually back this stuff up. It's a person who loves science as well. I'd love you to expand a little bit more.
Okay. So what they were calling junk DNA. So we have 12 strands in our DNA, and what they were calling junk DNA is actually intron potential DNA. What does that mean? Big fancy words for blank canvas. Blank canvas. We can create and decide how we want those DNA strands to rewire and work with each other. We are 12 stranded DNA beings, and we're only playing with a tenth of it. They say the others are junk. Well, if I had $100 and I was only working with $10, you better believe those other $90 I don't think are junk. I want to work with them. Give them here. Let me see. I'll show you the $90 isn't junk. And that's what's going on with our DNA. So we're living at a more limited expression of our true potential. And what I do is I illuminate. I'm the truth bringer. Here, let's shine a flashlight on some of these things we didn't know about, some of these things that, like old Chinese food in the fridge. What's that smell? What's that smell? I didn't know that was back there. Ooh, let's get this out of here and create a different environment for ourselves, for our reality, for our life. So that's where the science component comes in, is it's showing there are potentials that we can fill in these blanks in this canvas, and script and paint a reality and shift how our own DNA functions within our physical structure. That's pretty
Ooh.
big. That's pretty big.
You are watching The Wise Hour with J. Melane Wise.
You are watching The Wise Hour with J. Melane Wise.
You're watching The Wise Hour with J. Melane Wise.
You're listening to The Wise Hour with Jay Wise. Like, have you not subscribed? Have you not told somebody else? Are we not commenting? We're on The Wise Hour. What we doing?
Indeed, pretty big, and I love the way you broke it down, the blank canvas, and as human beings, and we got to realize we are, like I said, we got code that we run in ourselves, that DNA patterns, and the ability that we have as being as created beings, we have the free will to be able to rewrite. We don't have to keep the same sentiment. We don't mean the stuff don't show up, but we have free will that we can rewrite our own story, rewrite. And as technology going there, like we got the big thing about CRISPR and all this stuff like that, they can you can divide your DNA patterns and maybe change your genetic type and stuff. The thing is, you can rewrite the things that's in your life by yourself.
Yep.
You can do it
From
by
the inside.
You can, for the inside out.
Yeah.
Instead of worrying about your genetic makeup, can I have blonde hair, or can I have red eyes and stuff like that? No, you can work with your internal being and actually reprogram yourself based off your mindset and based off what you believe and based off having the right environment. Environment plays a lot in a whole lot of things as well. So sometimes you had to shift and had to change your environment, so therefore you can strive. You're in a desert environment, yes, things grow different in the desert, because some things do grow in the desert because they are able to handle it. Not every plant can handle that. So the same thing in our lives. If you planted somewhere that you're not able to grow, then you have to change your mindset. But also, it's okay to also shift your environment as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, come on now. 24 karat gold bars dropped in D. Let me drop this question on you. Can you break down quantum clarity, mindset reset, and root phases? How do they work together for a lasting change?
So as I mentioned before, it's that three-pillared approach. So quantum clarity is what's happening you mentioned in your environment. Your environment is more than where you live, because your consciousness lives here. This is the environment. The body, the human vessel, is the environment for your consciousness. So what does the body feel? What is the house that I am in from the moment I landed on this planet to the moment I'm out? This is my environment for real, for real. What is this feeling? What is this experiencing? And if you can get safe in this container, what's happening in the external, it's going to keep happening, but it doesn't affect you the same way. And I will speak to what you said, mindset and setting your goals and moving forward, that life still happens. Life happens more. The more that you get in alignment, the more that you stand in your mastery. What happens is, this is a false representation. We've been living, um, a fabricated reality, right? Like we take on these assumptions of roles and expectations. And when you start to move within your own authenticity, that gets louder outside. The reflection of noise gets louder for a minute. Like they say that you can't have the you can't testify without the test, right?
Ooh, come on now. Come
Life
on.
will test you the more that you begin to walk in your assignment with the alignment. You will get shown just what how hard things are out of alignment whenever you stray from that path. So I wanted to dovetail on that because that is true. Life will continue to life. And the more in alignment that you get and moving towards where God wants you to go, it can get louder. It can get louder. But so does the internal guidance. That gets louder as well, too.
Come on now. You are dropping 24 karat gold bars indeed. Hey, put that in the treasure chest right there. Come on now. Come on. Woo-wee. Oh man, it leads to this question because I think this I want people to hear that because I want people to have that life change. And this so I want to ask this question right here. I think it's very big. What is one powerful practice or daily habit listeners can start today to recalibrate their energy?
It sounds so simple, but is one of the hardest things to actually do. And it is to breathe consciously. The first thing we do when we get here, we take a big breath and then we scream, "Ah," right? When the baby is born. That scream can't happen until we do what? Animate, take in that breath of life. And what we do is we shallow breathe. We breathe all up here. Look at our beautiful singers. They're not right here when they're singing. They're coming from down here. That's diaphragmatic breathing. They're getting big, huge gulps of air. And so that's what I can invite. A really simple one is called the 4-4-6 breath. And so what you do is you'll inhale for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you hold for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you blow out for 6. And the way that you purse your lips, like you're blowing out birthday candles, so you can slow down the breath. So you blow out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that process will slow down the body and get you out of that frantic state because we go into fight, flight, fawn, or freeze. That's a natural self-preservation reaction. But then there's nothing that ever goes, okay, baby, you can turn off the guards. You can set the guns down again. So we're still on high alert. And breathing is what tells the body, hey, it's safe again. You can come home. So a breath practice of literally breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 6. Do that 3 times. That's a huge one. And then a question that people can ask themselves, and this is a hitter, it's not pretty, but it will get you there. Where am I abandoning myself to stay comfortable? You put your hands over your heart and close your eyes. Where am I abandoning myself to stay comfortable? Or you could say stay safe, because oftentimes we're scared of the power that God has put in us. And so we're abandoning our mission, our assignment in order to stay safe or to stay comfortable. Well, it's easier to have this 9-to-5 job. I know I'm going to get a paycheck and a 401k and a da. It's scary to go out on the assignment. So where am I
Yes.
abandoning myself? And that's going to be a crunchy answer. But the takeaway is pick one thing within whatever that truth gives you and start moving the needle forward with one baby step. Maybe you know you need to switch out the chips for some popcorn. That's one tangible step, you know? So it's little compounding things that become over time. Yo, I've made a huge change in my world. So those two things, return to breath every day. And then what am I carrying? Where did I abandon myself for safety or for comfort? Looking at
Ooh,
that and teasing it out.
come on now. 24 karat gold bars dropped indeed. And family, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment because right now she's dropping true 24 karat gold bars. And I'm telling you right now, definitely go and look in the description and find out how you can connect with this amazing expert and coach because I tell you, she knows what she's talking about. And you know, and she's going to be a great guide for you if you suit to, like I said, want to understand how to breathe. You know what I'm saying? It's easy said and done, and it
It
take
really
time.
is.
And the thing is, you just don't do it once. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle because things always come in your life. Things always remind you of your past. So you have to have techniques in your life that you're able to apply that allow you to reset and refocus and gain control of your inner being. So come on, CC now. Come on now, you starting something else. All right. I want to move on to the part where I want to call integration, living alignment with purpose. So with that being said, so CC, how do you help clients stay rooted in their transformation after the end of your coaching?
That's a great question. And what I find a lot of times in the coaching industry is clients can become codependent. I'm not into that. This is about activating leaders. So for me, my mission is to make sure that I instill the necessary tools and practices that they can apply in their day-to-day life so they can navigate without me, right? I don't want followers. I want to activate leaders that they can go out and send the ripple effect, and they can activate other leaders in their community. So they have the tools and the skill sets. And then I do one-off calls if it's like, hey, I need a refresh. I just need a rinse off, right? We'll reset you and get you right and get you back in the game. But the goal, the focus is teach a man to fish. That's the goal.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm. I love that. I love that. Activate you to be a leader. Activate the leader inside of you,
Hmm.
and saying, so you can be self-opinion, that because what happened is, like you said, you get co-opinion of the coach and stuff like that, and you feel like you can't move beyond. But when you implant in somebody the ability they can do it themselves and their true value, like you said, every now and then it's good to get back counsel. Hey, coach, I want to run this by you. And like you say, you getting a little rinse off and stuff. But at the end of the day, we want them to feel empowered. And you said one key thing, and they can go out and help somebody become a leader as well in that purpose. So
Yep.
it doesn't stop with you and the client. The client
Keep going.
bam, can be able to be a leader as well. I love that approach. All right, so I'm gonna ask a question here. What role does forgiveness of ourselves and others play in alignment with our true self?
That's a big one. What happens for a lot of people is think of a hot coal, right? There's a hot coal that you're carrying around if you're angry at somebody or you haven't let something go yet, but it's in your hand. It's slowing you down. That other person that caused that transgression, they're not carrying that around. For them, something may not have even happened, but for you, you're still carrying the burden of that. So that's a transgression that somebody else has done. Or perhaps if you did something that you're not too proud of, still blaming or shaming or carrying that guilt. It's like a backpack. Life is a backpack of experiences, and there's a whole pile of things that are in this backpack that we may not necessarily want to take with us as we continue on this journey. And that's slowing down the journey and unzipping that backpack and letting go of anger or resentment or hurt for yourself or from somebody else lightens your load and allows you to move forward. So forgiveness is paramount because that's living in the rear view mirror instead of living in the windshield moving forward.
Ooh, I agree with you 100%. And I had to go through that. My community knows, like over 4 years now, it's over 4 years ago. And I had to do that reset. Like I said, I had a superhero complex. And I felt like I had to save the day. And that's because the situation I had to deal with my father. And that I had that, what we call it, unsafe moment. So that young 8 years old boy, when I went back and I had to heal myself, I had to let that young boy, and that through prayer and meditation, I had to go through that and say, you are safe.
Hmm.
You forgiven. It's okay. It's okay. You forgiven. I forgave myself. And that when the start of the process. I also forgave my father in the process because he didn't know. He had to go through things. He went through the Vietnam. He went through Vietnam in the process of all the challenges. He had to go through the Vietnam War. And all the things he had to go through as a young black male in America, and all that thing,
Right.
all them things. I can't hold him to that. But what I can do, I forgive him because he only can do the best he could. the thing is, I can control my canvas. I could paint a different picture for myself.
Yep.
So, and the one reason why I changed my name, why I say I call myself Jay Melane, also known as Wise. And I mentioned this before, and Cece, you don't know that I call myself Jay Melane. Melane is my middle name. And my
Okay.
father gave me my name. So I hated the middle name Melane for the longest because I identified as me and my father. But once I came into the
Mm,
process of healing, and I healed myself, and I realized one of the greatest things my father did give me was my name. I'm unique. So with that, so I adopted back my name, which is I call, my first name is Johnston, so I cut that off, and I call it Jay Malane. Also, everybody call me Wise. So Jay Malane, also known as Wise. So I walk into healing, I painted a different picture of myself, a new picture that's believe in positivity. That all the actions he did does not define me. I define the actions I do today and move forward. So
mhm.
forgiveness is a very powerful tool as you reset and move forward in life. So
That's beautiful. I want to expand a little bit on what you said because that's really important. You said you went in to little 8-year-old you
yes,
and gave him the attention and release of that responsibility. And that's beautiful to bring to the awareness of the listeners because what happens is we all still have that little boy or little girl inside of us still walking around carrying the assignment that some grown up handed us or carrying a limited belief. Well, people like us can't do this, or where we come from, we have to do that. Those are things that that little kid understood as law. And now in our grown up world, that doesn't have to be law. So going in and talking to that little one who is with us always and teasing that out and treating ourselves. How would you treat a 5-year-old? That's how you should treat yourself. You would never say to a kid, mean things. So don't say mean things to yourself because that little kid is still in there.
come on now. Again, you just drop 24 karat gold bars. Indeed. Come on now. That's fire right there. Oh, come on, come on, come on. I'm about to play another one, but we're gonna move on because this one here, people, I know you're writing, you got your notepads going and all that stuff like that. I need y'all to pay attention and have your recording device on this question right here, because right here gonna be true gold right here. I got two more questions I'm gonna ask you. This question right here is gonna be definitely gold. For someone listening right now who feel stuck and overwhelmed, what is the first step they can take toward alignment today?
Get still. The world is filled with distraction. There's so much external noise. Do this, do that, buy this, consume this, go here, subscribe to that, watch this. Your time of your intention and attention, bringing your awareness back to self, getting still. That is going to help you get unstuck because you're not listening to everything from outside. You're going back in. And how do you get still? Breath. And it doesn't have to be a half an hour practice. Literally, breathe 3 times in that 4-4-6 pattern or whatever pattern works for you. But slowing down your heart rate, telling your home that you live in while you're on the earth, hey, I'm safe. We can have a still moment and think about where we want to move. That's how to get unstuck, is to literally get still for a second. Slow down to speed up.
Ooh, slow down to speed up. Come on now, 24 karat gold bars drop indeed. Come on, slow down to speed up. All right, now you're on the wise hour, so I can't let you go unless I ask this question. Define the word life and what life means to you.
I'm like, how far do you want to go with this? I'll keep it as human life because we are multidimensional beings, right?
Yes.
So life is an opportunity to come live the singular expression that the divine creator God put in a spark, and that's this. It's that one mask for that one expression. This is the creator wearing a mask, looking to get to know itself. That is life. So it's a blessing to be here. Rock it out. Use it to its full potential. Leverage it because that's it. It's just this one time as CC Prophet Rose. It's just this one time as J. Melane Wise. You'll get to have more experiences as a soul, as a consciousness, but life is now. Every single now moment is a new opportunity to have life again and again and again.
Ooh, come on now. That was straight fire. I got to play this. Yeah, Lego. Oh, yeah, that was Fuego. That's fire right there. Oh my gosh. All right, CC. All right. So we'll go ahead and wrap up the show because I'm feeling real good right now. I'm feeling real inspired and empowered. How can people get in contact with you?
So I'm on YouTube. It's with CC is the name, or at I am with C, the letter C, or you can visit withcc.org. That's WITH, the letter C, the letter C.org.
Okay, definitely check it out. And you're looking for someone who can help you and guide you through the process of life and understand your true self. You're going to look no further. You got one right here. So we thank you, CC, for coming in. Thank you for blessing us with the amazing environment. You know what I'm saying? I feel so better right now. Just looking at the scene with you there, I felt peaceful. I just want to breathe. So thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the community. And thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Was that 24 karat gold bars drop in the CC? She's an amazing gift, amazing talent, and her focus on how to bring awareness to yourself, your mindset, your inner being is truly priceless. So definitely check out her links below, just below the like button. And if you feel the need that you need to have this realignment, she's so awesome and she's willing to connect with you. She's a great personality. Like I said, she's a part of one of the communities I'm in, and they're about raised on how she listens, how she support and give essence. Like she says, she's a rock. Give you sound advice on how to move in life. All right, family. I have a merch line. You can go to this link right here. You can get to wear t-shirt, understanding where you are. And of course, dropping 24 karat gold bars indeed is a great way to support the channel. So, and more merch will be coming in the future as well. So be looking out for that. But thank you for each and every person who buys some merch for this channel. All right, family. Love is a action word. While you're taking the time to love yourself, make sure you show love to someone else. And we'll see you on the next Wise Hour. So, family, take care and peace.
Running in the rain, no chains can bind me. I feel the sky, no walls can hide me. Heart beats loud, dreams rise like the sea. What is freedom if not just to be? Walking tall, no shadows can find me. Whisper when winds carry me kindly. Hope lights up even when night falls. What is freedom if love conquers all? What is freedom? Feel the fire in your soul. Rise above, just let go and unfold. What is freedom when your spirit runs wild? Live your truth, be the untamed child. What is freedom? Feel the fire in your soul. Rise above, just let go and unfold. What is freedom when your spirit runs wild? Live your truth, be the untamed child. Eyes wide open, world spins brightly. Steps unafraid, hold on tightly. Breaking through fears, becoming so clear. What is freedom when courage steers? Believe in the dream, hold it close, so near. Shout it out loud, let the world hear. What is freedom when we break the mold?